Hey guys, it's your boy Oscar here, and today we're going to be working on something really awesome. Today we're going to be working on the Gokai Red Ranger helmet. If you guys don't know what Gokai Red Ranger is, in the US he was known as Super Megaforce Red Ranger. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you how to take your helmet from looking like this to looking like this. Beautiful, isn't it? This is an awesome helmet. One of my most favorite helmets of all time. In fact, I'll be wearing this at an upcoming convention, but by the time this video is out, the convention will have already been gone. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be showing you step by step on how to get your 3D printed helmet looking from this to the finished product. And what helmet are we going to be working on today? Well, I have a specific helmet that I just recently printed on my CR10, and the filament that I've been using, in case you guys have been wondering, the filament I use is inland blue filament that I purchased on Amazon for only $14.99. For if any of you guys have a 3D printer and you want to try out this filament, I'll leave a link on the description below. That way you guys can purchase your own and try it out yourself. Alright guys, from what you see right here, we have the helmet where we had the support material on. We don't want this type of texture, we want it nice and smooth. So what we're going to be doing is taking some bondo, filling it in all the gaps of the print lines and the imperfections. We're going to fill this little gap right here and a little bit of these seams that seem to have had an opening from during the printing process, which are easy fixes, so you guys don't have to worry about anything. It's an easy fix. I'm going to show you how to fix that and make it nice and smooth. So what you want to do first is start mixing some bondo so you can add in those fill lines, take out all the imperfections of the print. Make sure that you do a nice smooth coating. You don't want it to be too thick and too messy. Make sure it's all nice and neat and smoothed out wherever you're trying to fill in. Those gaps are nasty gaps. You don't want any of those gaps. So as you can see, I'm filling in every little section that I can. If I remove any detail lines, I'm gonna fix it later on using an X-Acto blade or maybe my Dremel. Alright guys, so now the bondo has finally hardened and is ready for sanding. So what we're gonna do is take my palm sander, smooth it out completely, and then we're gonna start the next step on how to do that. And for any of you guys who can't work with bondo because you don't live in an area where you can be ventilated or you have a garage, one of the other things that you can be using besides bondo is you can use wood filler, which wood filler you can pick up at any Walmart. It's basically the same process. You put it around in the imperfections and then you just wait till it dries and sand it until it's smooth. Then we're going to be taking some spot putty, also of bondo material. After that, we're going to be showing the next step of what we're going to do after sanding it. So we finally got this baby sanded, pretty smooth. There are still a little bit imperfections, but we're going to fix those up really nicely. That way the helmet looks very pristine. We want it to be as smooth as possible, maintaining all that detail nonetheless. If you're working with helmets just like these, they have tight corners, you're not going to be able to use your Alright guys, the next step in the process of smoothing out this 3D print is we're going to go with some spot putty. Over here where I live, I use Evercoat, not Bondo, but they're pretty much basically the same thing, so it really doesn't matter of the brand. This is actually to be coating the imperfections of whatever, little air pockets or little air holes that you have when you add the Bondo, or even also when you're using the wood coat. Alright guys, now that we've gotten it smooth as much as we can by sanding it, and also with the spot putty and the Bondo, what we're going to be doing next is something I've been using for quite a while. Is a mixture of plastic based paint, which I use Rust-Oleum double powered paint that comes with paint and primer, and also a mixture of lacquer. The lacquer I have is not the quick drying type, so it takes a while to do several coats. And I would recommend doing about maybe 2 to 3 coats depending on the print that you're working on. Try not to do too many, because then way you might lose a lot of the detail in your print. Alright guys, so far we've got our helmet now primed, filled, sanded, and now all that's left is to make sure the lacquer and the paint make a nice smooth shell out of it, harden, and then we can go for another sanding and priming. Make sure to come back for the next video, because that's what we're going to be doing on the next steps. And also, if you did like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and to click that notification button. That way you know when the next video is going to be up. I wonder what helmet or prop I should work on next. Maybe you guys can give me an idea. Do you have any? Leave it in the comments below. That way we can see what else we can make together.